What is your value? There was a son that graduated from college with honors, and his father wanted to bless him real good. He says, "Son, I have this car I want to give you, but you're going to have to find out its value." And the son said, "Okay." He said, "It's a very old car, but take it down to used car lot and see what they'll give you for it." So he went down to used car lot, and they said they'd give him $1,000. He come home and told his dad. His dad said, "Now, I want you to take it to a pawn shop and ask them what it's worth." So he took it to a pawn shop, and they said, "Oh, we'll give you $100 for it. It's pretty bad shape, pretty old." And then his father said, "Well, why don't you take it down to this auto club and see what they'll give you for it?" So we went down to the auto club, and they said, "Well, man, we'll give you $250,000 for that car, because it's a Nissan Skyliner R34. So he come back and told his dad. His dad said, "Okay, let that be a lesson. I want you to sell it, take the money. It'll get you through college." So the moral of this story is this: never be someplace where you're not valued. Never. Because there's always somebody that values you more than other people, and some people don't value at all. For instance, Jesus came into his own, and his own received him not. But he told Paul to go to the Gentiles, for they would receive him. So it was not the place where he was at. He came to the Jews first, but he had to go to the Gentiles. The Gentiles received him. Isn't that interesting? You are sometimes maybe in a church, like, for instance, after I pastored and evangelized for nearly 20 years at my local church, I found out that as I went to another church, it was a denominational church, and some ladies that were in a little Sunday school class said, "Why don't you come teach your class?" And I said, "I don't know if I can do that." So I went over to the other side of the hall and asked the teacher there if I could teach that Sunday school class. They wanted me to come over. She said, "Oh, no, you can't do that." I said, "Why?" And she said, "Oh, because you're not a Baptist." I said, "I see. All right, I pastored and evangelized 20 years. I've been on television for 16 years. I won thousands of souls to the Lord. I've seen hundreds, maybe even thousands of healings and miracles and signs and wonders in different parts of the world. Sat with kings and senators and prayed and prophesied over them. Yet I was not worthy enough to teach a class of women numbering 20 because I wasn't a Baptist. I'm not slamming Baptist. I got some good friends that are saved, love God, but it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's what religion will do to you. And religion will exclude you if they don't know your value. And I find that in a lot of churches, they exclude people from coming into their churches because they're not of the same denomination. And they could be very good ministers and help the people. Nevertheless, wherever you are, and I was just giving that as a practical example, like for churches, if you're not received where you are, go somewhere else. How hard is that? You say, "Well, I don't know if I can find one." Well, if you look hard enough, there'll be one. It might be a little further than you want to travel, but you need to know that there's a place where you can rest your feet, where you are valued. As a matter of fact, if you're among people that are your friends and they don't value or know who you are, go find some more friends. How easy is that? And another practical one would be, maybe your husband doesn't value you, ladies. They don't really know who you are, so they treat you roughly. Men, sometimes women treat y'all roughly because they don't know your value. And they won't know. Someone told me, "You're going to miss me when I'm gone." And I'm going, really? I didn't know their value. So it's happened to me, and it'll happen to a lot of people. But you gotta be where you are valued. And once you find that place, you're going to find that you're able to minister and do and function very well. You just got to look. God bless you guys, and go in peace. Love you. Bye.